Good morning, everyone. In this class, we are going to discuss about population strategies of developed and developing nations. Okay, there are two completely different scenario in both nations, that is developed and developing nations, in terms of population planning, population schemes, and population strategies. Okay, in this class, we are going to discuss about more detailed. Population policies are not merely about census data. They are government measures designed to regulate growth to match a nation's resources and infrastructure. Governments intervene to either slow down growth to save resources or speed it up to save the economy. Okay, population of a region is control the socioeconomic development, determine the social well-being, and provide the causes of resource allocation. Policies are formulated based on demographic trends, social economic priorities, and political ideologies. Okay, two worlds, opposite challenges. The developed context, key challenges is aging populations and labor shortage. On the other hand, in developing context, key challenges is rapid population and resource strain, okay, scarcity of natural resources. Similarly, in developed context, trend is declining fertility rates below replacement, okay, declining fertility rate. On the other hand, in developing context, trend is high fertility rate with youth bulk. Okay, the goal in developed context, counteract trends to ensure sustainable demographic growth, and in developing context, goal is manage growth to promote sustainable development. Okay, this is two worlds, opposite challenges. Now, in developed economies, the primary threat is no longer overpopulation, but a sinking base of support. Declining fertility, birth rates have dropped below replacement levels. Labor shortage, a sinking workforce struggles to support the economy. The burden, a growing proportion of elderly citizens, elderly population, 65 and above, places immense strain on healthcare systems and pension funds. Okay, this is a scenario in developed countries. Now, what will be the initiatives? Okay, what will be the strategies for the population control or population initiation in developed countries? Incentivizing growth. Okay, first of all, family planning and support, employment, not restrictions, access to reproductive healthcare and sexual education to help individuals make informed decisions, social welfare systems, financial incentives, parental leave, childcare subsidies, and tax credits to facilitate work-life balance. Then immigration, importing talent, relying on skilled workers and entrepreneurs from abroad to replenish the labor pool. Elderly care infrastructure, prioritizing healthcare, housing, and social support for seniors to mitigate the burden on families. On the other hand, in developing nations, they face the pressure of the high fertility rates. Okay, while this offers potential economic power, it currently strains limited resources. Okay, rapid growth, that means rapid growth of high fertility rates lead to exponential population increases, resource strains. Infrastructure, schools, hospital, housing cannot keep pace with the number of new citizens, and the paradox is large families are often viewed as social security in improvised communities, perpetuating the cycle. Okay, now what will be the population strategies in developing countries? Education and gender equality. The most effective contraceptive, educated women are empowered to pursue economic opportunities over large families. Family planning initiatives, education on contraceptive methods and maternal care to reduce unintended pregnancies. Healthcare infrastructure, reducing infant mortality. Parents have fewer children where they are confident their children will survive. And poverty alleviation, microfinance and vocational training to break the cycle where children are seen as economic assets. Okay, these are some strategies in developing nations. Okay, a case study from Japan, the ACE pioneer. Okay, what is the context in Japan? Japan faces one of the most severe demographic challenges globally. Okay, a rapidly aging population and sinking workforce. Okay, there is a lack of working labor population. Okay, the policy responses in Japan: financial incentives for childbirth, subsidized childcare services, initiatives to encourage women's workforce participation. Okay, women workforce participation. Okay, the lesson from Japan: despite investments, fertility rates remain low. Economic incentives struggle to overcome deep-seated cultural norms regarding work-life balance. Money alone cannot solve demographic decline. Okay, this is the scene in Japan. Similarly, in China, the Great Pivot, what is the context? Moving from the state one-child policies in 1979 to a two-child and three-child model to combat an aging society. Okay, the policy response: relaxation of family planning restrictions, incentives, parental leave benefits, education subsidies, housing assistance. Okay, what is the lesson from China? Decades of restriction created a gender imbalance and deep social behaviors. Reversing the trend is difficult as the country now grapples with the heavy burden of aging on the social welfare system. Okay, this is the scenario from China. Similarly, in Nigeria, the demographic dividend context is a youthful population with high fertility rates presents a massive opportunity for economic power. The policy response: promoting education and women's empowerment, improving access to family planning services, addressing unemployment and inequality. The lesson: young population is only an asset if they are educated and healthy. Success is currently hindered by limited access to education and inadequate healthcare infrastructure. Okay, this is the scenario from Nigeria. Okay, now define routes, common goals, developed focus and developing focus. Okay, in terms of developed focus, countering decline. Okay, in developing focus, managing growth, supporting the elderly and empowering the young, attracting labor, immigration. In developing terms, building infrastructure. Okay, the shared trade, both contexts rely on reproductive rights, healthcare access, and socioeconomic development. Whether the goal is more births or fewer, the mechanism is the same, that is healthy and empowered citizens. Effective policy requires a multifaceted approach. Okay, what is the effective policies? Will be gender equality. Empowering women is the single most effective policy in any context. Ethical considerations, avoiding coercion. Policies must respect individual rights and choices. International cooperation, sharing strategies and resources to facilitate effective global management. Poverty alleviation, addressing the root economic causes of demographic trends. Whether managing an aging crisis or a youth boom, the objective remains the same: the sustainable balance between people, resources, and the environment. Okay, that's all for today. In this class, we have discussed about population strategies in developed and developing countries in two different perspectives, in different lens. Okay, that's all for today. If you have any doubt and query, just let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Thank you.